Okay, so what we were discussing, it was that this English grammar, whenever we start studying this, we sometimes feel that okay, fine, whatever way we are speaking in the right way, but when it comes to the grammar, it becomes wrong. So first thing that I asked you is that uh, how you write the interrogative sentences, like question sentence, and then we come to know that there are two types of sentence that we ask while asking questions. So one is the direct question that we ask, like where are you going, what are you doing, what are you eating, simple sentences like this. These are called the direct questions that we ask in daily life. Second type of question that we ask is the indirect question, like before asking the real question what we want to know, we add certain more things like may I know where are you going. This is something when we try to become more formal, we don't want to ask the direct question, then we add certain things that could you tell me, may I know. So this type of sentence, when we start asking this type of question, here it comes the indirect part, indirect question. And what happens, what is the difference between the direct question and the indirect question is, whenever we ask direct question, we follow certain different structure. Okay, what structure we were talking about? For direct question, the structure is ask WH question word and then immediately follow it with the helping verb. Okay, immediately follow with the helping verb and then write anything that you want to write. If you are struggling with the helping verb, now one more jargon came, that what is helping verb. So let me tell you, anything that you can see in this structure like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, should, could, might, may, all these things are the helping verb. etc I am writing because they are, when we will read verb, will be reading verb chapter, will be doing this in the detail. So these are the direct questions where we directly ask, we directly put the WH question further forward, and then you have to follow it with immediately with the helping verb. So what is now indirect question? Indirect questions are question where the direct questions are not asked. We want to be a little bit more formal, and then therefore we ask certain more things like if we ask a question from our senior most, we never tell why you are doing this. We used to say, may I know, sir? Sir, may I know? Why are you doing this? So why are you doing this will be wrong statement. Why are you doing this? If you ask this way, this is the wrong statement, wrong sentence. If you have added may I know, after that you are following the WH question, your main question will start now at why are you doing this. So it should be why you are doing this. We will not follow direct question structure. Direct question structure tells us that follow WH question and immediately follow a helping verb. Like if I'll write some example of WH question, it will be what is the WH word and direct helping verb, like what are you doing. Okay. Second, why WH question, then we'll put the helping verb. इसमें से कुछ भी उठाना है आपको. Why are you doing? Like this. These are the direct question that we come across. But when we follow it, when we try to write the indirect question, will never follow this structure, that after writing the WH word, we will not write helping verb. What are, nahi. What we'll do? We will write it this way. May I know why you are doing this? After why, you will take the subject and then you will write the helping verb. Are you clear now? Is this okay? अभी समझ आ रहा है, एकदम क्लियर है? Can you write the sentences for me? Like I'll be giving you certain sentences and I want you to make it correct. If it is not, or if it is correct, then let it be. Okay. So now, yes, going to the first question only. Could you tell me why? What was the question? Why did you not speak the truth? Now what should be the right answer? What is the right answer? Could you tell me? Because after asking certain things, could you tell me? Now my real question starts. ठीक है? Why didn't you? Now my real question starts that why did not you speak the truth? मैं तो बस यही बोलना चाहती हूँ, तुमने सच क्यों नहीं बोला? So it will not be why did you not. What will do? Why you did not. ठीक है? Speak the truth. चलिए और करते हैं, कुछ और एग्जाम्पल्स लेते हैं so that you can. Okay, so now what we will be doing, just a second, I'm finding some issues. Okay, do one thing, write 2 sentences for me and I will make you read it out for me. Come on, write 2 indirect questions. Anything you can think. Okay, so now I think you would have written, so I'll ask certain. Okay, Jia, tell me any sentence that you wrote, Jia.
Oh, mom.
Go ahead. I can listen to you. Okay.
Mom, can you please repeat this question? Actually, I'm outside of my house right now.
Actually, I told you to write 2 examples of indirect question. Any 2 examples of indirect question. अभी तक आप जितना सीखे हैं indirect question पूछने का तरीका, based on that basis, tell 2 any examples, anything that you want to tell. Okay, Rushikesh, you want to answer any statement that you make, any sentence that you had created?
Can you tell me where the nearest ATM is?
Yes, can you tell me where the nearest ATM is? Very good. Okay, Tejas, I want to answer from you. One more sentence, please read for the class. Tejas. Okay, Swati wants to answer. Swati.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, एक स्टेटमेंट बताइए आप इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन का.
Indirect question.
Try. उसमें बस पहले है कुछ फॉर्मल तरीके से.
No idea, ma'am.
बाबा, you can do anything like I want to know, could you tell me, may I know, be something formal. क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं क्या एक बात?
May I know the reason why you haven't done your homework?
Yes, may I know the reason why you haven't done your homework? Why haven't you done your homework? Yeah, why you haven't done your homework? So why you haven't done your homework? So फिर से मैं लिख रही हूँ, why I want you to be very very clear about these things. ऐसे ही छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ग्रामर बेस्ड, ना आप वहाँ गलती करके आते हैं. आप जैसे कि सिंपल से ऐसा कह सकते हैं, अच्छा क्या मैं जान सकती हूँ आप किससे बात करना चाहते हैं? क्या मैं जान सकती हूँ आप किससे बात करना चाहते हैं? सो कैसे लिखोगे इसको? How you will write this? You will write it like, may I know
who you are trying to talk to?
May I know whom you want to talk to? May I know whom you want to talk to? अगर इसी की जगह पे कोई ऐसे लिख देगा, may I know whom do you want to talk to, तो गलत हो जाएगा. Do नहीं बाबा. We do not want helping verb immediately following WH question. We do not want helping verb immediately following WH question. So now you will write a note there. इस तरह से एक नोट लिखो कॉपी में and write there direct question. ठीक है, एंड उसका एक स्ट्रक्चर बनाओ, WH प्लस हेल्पिंग वर्ब प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट, और उसके बाद दूसरी बनाओ आप इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन. यहां लिखो we will not use helping verb immediately after WH question. बस इतना लिख के नोट. अब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. आप जब भी कॉपी पलट के इसको पढ़ने की कोशिश करेंगे आप समझ जाएंगे कि what was the rule. चलिए प्लीज राइट इट फर्स्ट. एक बहुत छोटी सी क्वेश्चन मैं फिर से करूंगी तुमसे. Okay. Sometimes what happens, we ask the question only, we ask the indirect question only, but still that question won't take the question mark sign. What is by next statement? Sometimes we ask a question only from the other part, but that sentence never take the question mark sign. For example, if I will write, what are you doing? After finishing the sentence, we put the question mark sign. ठीक है? After finishing the question, we put the question mark sign. If we'll write this as, may I know, what लिखने के बाद what we'll do? What you are doing. इसके बाद भी I will put question mark sign, because this is also a question sentence. But sometimes what happened, I write it this way. I want to know what you are doing. Because again, this is a indirect question, but this time full stop came. Like same as if it is a simple sentence, not a question sentence. We behave like this is a simple sentence, not a question sentence. Why, ma'am? Why this? Because in the first sentence, you can see the sentence is being started with the question word. In the second sentence also, you can see, may I come, where may I know, may I go. All these things are also the way to ask question only. But in the third sentence, please notice that this sentence has been started as if very simple sentence, as if you are saying something. I want to know, I want to do. So I want to know what you are doing. So this is a very simple sentence. So therefore, this question mark, it will not carry question mark. It will carry a simple full stop. That will denote that this is a simple sentence. Still you have asked the question, I want to know, मैं जानना चाहता हूँ तुम क्या कर रहे हो. तुमने इसको कैसे कहा? सीधा पूछ दिया तुम क्या कर रहे हो. यहाँ पे कैसे कहा? क्या मैं जान सकता हूँ तुम क्या कर रहे हो. इसमें कैसे पूछा? सीधा मैं जानना चाहता हूँ तुम क्या कर रहे हो. So, पूछने के तरीके से what happens? The structure of the sentence changes. So whenever in the exam you come across with these grammar rule, please be careful. I hope you have written this well. So should I move further? Are you all okay? Understood this?
Yes,
concept?
ma'am.
Sure. Okay. So now starting with the parts of speech, because this is a very crucial thing. Because parts of speech. Do you know what's the meaning of speech? Anyone want to tell me? Parts of speech. What is the meaning of speech? मैम वो
Delivering the sentence.
delivering the sentence. Very good. वही हम जो speech देते हैं हमेशा. This is delivering the sentence. Anything else? Want to add something, anyone? Now you will come to know that actually speech means word. Speech means word. Seriously, ma'am? Speech was this written in the paper and we read on the 26 January and 15th August. No. That was a form that speech is being used. क्या बोलने लगा इसको speech? Literal meaning of the speech is word. And every word belong to the certain part of the sentence. When a sentence is being framed, it is framed by certain way. For example, your body, that is your body, summation of eyes, nose, ear, head, face, neck, then chest, your shoulder, your hand, then thighs, then legs, and the summation of all the parts is your body. Again, summation of all the parts is your body. Similarly, summation of all the speech, summation of all the words is the sentence. And in the sentence, like in your body, there are the different parts. The part that is at the top is your head. The part that is at the bottom is your leg. Similarly, in the sentence, there are the different parts. Okay? And that part is considered, is being read in the parts of speech. And by this, we do have, how many parts of speech do we have? How many parts of speech do we have? Anyone? It's a very simple thing, no? From the childhood, we have 8 parts of speech, and that should be used in a certain proper sentence, proper place. Whenever we write a sentence, whatever you have written first is some other parts of speech. Whatever you have written in the middle is some other parts of the speech. Whatever you have written at the end is some other parts of the speech. For example, you will not write is eating Ram mango. You will never write this sentence. And when you read this sentence, you will say there is something wrong in the sentence. You have jumbled up the words and the words are not at the proper place. When you say this, the words is not at the proper place. You want to make me realize that, ma'am, you have taken the part of some other thing and you have replaced with it some other thing. And this is how this won't work. Is called the verb. In the verb, if you want to be precise, it's a helping verb. Eating is also a verb. And verb is not someone who will come at the front of the sentence. It should be noun pronoun. And this is noun. Ma'am, this is noun. And noun should come at the starting of the sentence. You cannot do this. This is not the right way to write. But you know it normal by intuition. My intuition is saying that this is not the right answer. My intuition is saying that this, but you do not know it logically. When we read the grammar, my only motive is that why I cannot use this. ठीक है, my real counter question will be why I cannot use this. I want to use this. I want to start with the is only. Then you will say, no ma'am, this is a verb. And from verb, you cannot start the sentence. Starter of the sentence will always be the noun. Like if when you go to the restaurant, there is a menu and there is a starter specifically mentioned that these cuisine are starter only. Okay, and then you will order the starter and then main course came. If you will say no, I will order dal makhani at the very starting, they will be like, okay fine, you can order, but this is not the right way to order the things. Understood? So starter should be, what should be the starter? Starter should be noun or pronoun. And then it will be followed by the verb, and then it will be followed by the preposition, and then it will be followed by the conjunction, it will be followed by certain other things. So this is the thing that you have to understand, that where I want to use which part, where I can use which part. If you won't decide, if you cannot decide which part should be used where, this is called the grammatical mistake. What is the meaning of mistake? That you haven't used the certain things in the right way. So I'll be writing the parts of speech now to you, and then I will tell you that how this sentence is being formed. And this is a very simple thing. I can tell you that you can understand when you are reading books. I am not telling you that your English is not good. Your English is good. You can understand multiple things. You never find the difficulty while reading the novels. You never find the difficulty while watching the Hollywood movies. But still, what is the point to read the English now? At this point of time, the point is that you will not be able to solve the real problem question, because you are very thorough with the colloquial word. Okay? So now I'll be writing the parts of speech, and this will be noun, pronoun, verb, adverb. 4 तो ऐसे हो गया, noun का भाई pronoun, verb का भाई adverb. अब यहाँ से आगे कुछ चीजें हैं जो अलग अलग नाम से हैं. Adjective. It is not adjective. It is adjective. D should be silent. Conjunction. Interjunction. Anything else? मैम एक छूट गया है. क्या छूट गया है? Preposition. And sometimes I want to make you write article also, but मैं उसको नीचे रखती हूँ सबसे ज्यादा. ठीक है, बात करते हैं इस पे. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection, preposition, and article. All these things are called parts of speech. अब let's have a thing. आपका मकान बन रहा है. Let's build a wall. एक दीवार बनानी है हमें. किससे? सीमेंट से. ठीक है, एंड रेत से, ईंट से, एंड पानी है. ये सारी चीजें आपके पास रखी है. Suddenly a boy came and starts cementing. उसने सीमेंट में पानी मिलाया और वो स्टार्ट कर दिया नीचे से डालना, और बस सीमेंट डालते जा रहा है और कह रहा है दीवार बन जाएगी. You will be like, are you fool? There's a brick. First, put the brick there, and then in between, put the cement. Again, put a brick. Again, in between, put the cement. Again, put a brick. And this is how you will create a wall. Similarly is the sentence also. Whenever I tell you the preposition word, this is like the cement between the two words. Cement between the two words is the preposition. Whenever the preposition came, it established some certain relation between two words. Without preposition, your sentence will be like, bas eat rakhi hai. You cannot make anything from that. What is ma'am noun and pronoun? Noun and pronoun has the onus. इसी के ऊपर भार है to start the sentence or to end the sentence, like become subject and object of the sentence. Verb का काम है, verb will add, time to your work. ये पता कैसे चलेगा काम कब हुआ था? That is how कभी तुम लिखते समय वहां पे क्या समय डालते हो कि तुम बस ये बोलते हो I have eaten. अब सबको पता चल गया तुम खा चुके हो. जरूरी नहीं है बताना I have eaten in the morning only at 7 o'clock. नहीं, I have eaten में कुछ ऐसा हो चुका है, सामने वाला समझ गया. They understood that you have eaten and it has been a long time since you have eaten. Adverb and adjective क्या करते हैं? Adverb and adjective is like the complement देते हैं. Just a second, let me. Okay. So adverb and adjective complement देते हैं. Complement देते हैं किसको? Complement देते हैं subject and object को, noun and pronoun को, noun, pronoun and verb को. Extra information देते हैं. मैम conjunction क्या करता है? Conjunction दो sentences को जोड़ने का काम करता है. When there are two different sentences, now you do not want to add two brick. No. Now you want to add two wall. You have made one wall here and one wall here. Now you want to add something. Add it. So then we will use conjunction. Okay, ma'am. So interjection. Interjunction is something when sentence is not in the normal emotion. It is sudden emotion. कुछ हो गया and अचानक कुछ बोलना है. तो कुछ feelings. सोचो it's a beauty of the language that whatever you say, your feeling is being captured while writing. Writing is a 2D method. Still you have to put all the feelings while writing by using 3D methods. And how? It should be done with a certain like intricate things. वो देख करके. ठीक है? So there comes the interjection part. Ma'am, what is article? Article is something that is the part of adjective that adds something different, something more to the pronoun or noun. This is how the parts of speech is. This is how a sentence is being formed. Whenever we form a sentence, we use certain parts of speech and it should be placed at a certain proper position. Otherwise, the thing will not make the purpose. You will end up making a wrong sentence. Like you will end up making a faulty wall. It can demolish any time. It can be, ठीक है, बहुत ही कमजोर दीवार बनेगा otherwise, and आपकी बहुत सारी गलती दिखेगी वहां पे. So this is how. अब यहाँ से what we will do. What happens? There are the two types of sentence, my dear. The one is the simple sentence, and the second is the complex sentence. Simple sentence is a very simple word. In when we start speaking in the very childhood time, from the very starting time, we used to speak in a very ऐसा टूटा फूटा लैंग्वेज होता था. जैसे खाना है, खत्म, ज्यादा नहीं बोल रहे हैं. भूख लगी है, बस इससे ज्यादा नहीं बोल पा रहे हैं. But whenever the way we grow, like जैसे we grew, we now speak a more complex sentence, more longer sentence than we used to. अब हम बहुत ज्यादा बोलते हैं. जैसे सिर्फ भूख लगी है तो आप बोलेंगे मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुझे खा लेने की जरूरत है. I'm feeling that I should eat something. I'm craving for something. And then here comes the sentence improvement. अब तुम और अच्छा बोलते हो. खाना है इतना नहीं बोलते हो. मुझे लग रहा है कि मुझे भूख तो लग रही है. मुझे लग रहा है कि मुझे कुछ खा लेना चाहिए. अब तुम सीधा नहीं बोलते हो, तुम कॉम्प्लेक्स बोलते हो. एंड हियर कम्स द रियल नॉलेज कि कैसे यूज करेंगे इन सबको. मैम क्या हर सेंटेंस में ये सारी चीजें यूज हो जाती हैं? नहीं, कभी कभी हम सिर्फ दो चीजों को लेके सेंटेंस बना देते हैं. अच्छा मैम एक बात बताओ आप कि इसमें से ऐसा कौन सा दो चीज है जिसके बिना तो सेंटेंस हो ही नहीं सकता है? इन दोनों के बिना, नाउन या नाउन प्रोनाउन एंड वर्ब. ये बस इतने हैं जो बहुत ही प्रायोरिटी होते हैं. सारे सेंटेंस में इनके अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं. दिस इज द ओनली थिंग दैट यू विल फाइंड इन एवरी सेंटेंस. इसके बिना कोई सेंटेंस सेंटेंस नहीं कहलाता है. सो मैम बाकी के जो हैं ये क्या करते हैं, दिस एड द ब्यूटी टू द सेंटेंस. ये तो सिर्फ ब्यूटी ऐड करने के लिए. इफ यू वांट टू ऐड ब्यूटी यू विल यूज डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ थिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज लाइक दे आर लाइक द एसेसरीज. ठीक है, आपने मेन कोर्स मतलब मेन कॉस्ट्यूम पहन लिया है. ठीक है, अब ये सब एसेसरीज हैं जो दैट विल मेक यू एनहांस योर एनरिच योर लुक. दिस इज नॉट द मेन कॉस्ट्यूम, मेन ड्रेस दैट यू वांट टू वेयर. ठीक है, द मेन बेसिक इज jeans t-shirt, and then what you want to do extra, you put a scarf there. If you're not girl, then you put the watch there. ठीक है, certain things I'm not that much sound in the fashion world, so ठीक है, तो मैं ज़्यादा examples ना दूँ उसके तो अच्छा है. So this is how, these are the accessories. And what is the basic? The base is the noun, pronoun and verb. So what's a noun, pronoun and verb? How we use this? Before going further, I need to tell you the difference between the clause and the sentence. What is a clause? It is a sub part of sentence. सेंटेंस का छोटा भाई क्लॉज होता है. जैसे कि मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले बोला, खाना है, जाना है, सोना है, सुबह 4 बजे, रात 10 बजे. And all these things do not have certain complete sentence, complete meaning. It do not have complete meaning, but still it conveys some meaning. पूरा पता नहीं चला but कुछ पता चला है. So that is called the clause. When ऐसे बोलते हैं सुबह हमें जल्दी उठ के जाना है, सुबह जाना है, so that becomes the sentence. When we add clause to clause to clause, that is sentence. For example, clause, if चलो थोड़ा सा bigger place perspective में देखते हैं. If we want to classify it further, we can say the brick is the clause, and it depends on how long or how what the length you want to be, what the length you want to keep of the wall. Likewise, you decide how many brick I want to place. अगर आप छोटा वॉल रखना चाहते हैं, छोटी लेंथ कम रखना चाहते हैं तो 2-3 ईंट रखते हैं. ज्यादा रखना चाहते हैं तो 10 ईंट रखते हैं. ठीक है, डिपेंड्स आपके ऊपर. अब सिमिलरली क्लॉज के साथ भी सेम प्रोसेस होता है. ठीक है, क्लॉज के साथ भी सेम होता है. क्लॉज कैसा होता है, अगर आप एक क्लॉज रखते हैं तो इसको कहते हैं हम सिंपल सेंटेंस. अगर आप 2 क्लॉज रखते हैं तो अब आना भी चाहिए. मैम ने आपको क्या सिखाया है, आई टोल्ड यू देयर शुड बी अ ग्लू. जोड़ने के लिए आना भी चाहिए. इस बारीकी से आप जो जोड़ रहे हैं, सेंटेंस गलत हो जाता है. ठीक है, व्हाट इज मैम, व्हाट इज क्लॉज. आप अब थोड़ा हेडिंग ला रही हैं. यू हैव टू राइट दिस क्लॉज एंड सेंटेंस. क्लॉज में आप लिखो ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स. ठीक है, और लिख दो गिव, अच्छा रुको, लेट मी डू दिस ऑल्सो. फ्रेज भी ऊपर ऐड करो. ठीक है, phrase, clause, sentence. These are the 3 terms that need to be classified that need to understand separately. भी बहुत चीजें हैं जो आपको सिखानी है, and then you will be able to run on the ground on the that track. Okay, fine. So although time will not permit me to take the class ahead, please write this 3 definitions and then we'll wind up the session. Meanwhile you are writing, let's have a quick discussion with you. Anyone who want to ask anything that you
Ma'am, I do have a
doubt with or have certain any. Okay, very good. Jia.
Ma'am, can I send you the photo of the question I was solving?
No, actually I cannot, but okay, I think I can show you right here. You can take this screenshot.
No, ma'am.
I think
Actually,
this was the
I
question.
have a doubt in some other topic which I found while solving the question paper.
Acha, okay. So you can ask here. Pucho.
Ma'am, there's a question which like English is a dash universal language. So the options are A and the and none. So according to me, ma'am, and होना चाहिए कि यूनिवर्सल तो वॉवल है ना.
नहीं, हाँ मैं बता रही हूँ अब आपको. This is not the about the vowel and consonant. This is called the vowel sound and vowel consonant and consonant sound. Let me tell you. अभी मैं इसका बहुत ही सिंपल ट्रिक दूंगी, कभी गलती नहीं होगा. आपको क्या आपका सवाल था मैम? Universe starts with U. I can see it starts with U. So logically, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowel. And in the vowel, I should apply N. ठीक है? But the answer is A. Yes, a universe. And yes, but the answer is A. Why? Because this is not the vowel sound. जो बचपन में आपको vowel पढ़ाया गया है, वो that vowel is कि बस ये words vowel है. जब आप an लगाते हैं, वो sound के हिसाब से लगाते हैं. ठीक है, साउंड क्या है मैं तुम्हें बता रही हूँ. एकदम हिंदी का यूज करेंगे भी. जब आप यूनिवर्स लिखते हो तो हिंदी में कैसे लिखोगे? लिखो, क्या आप ये लिख रहे हो?
मैम य में ओ की मात्रा.
हाँ, तो ये लिख रहे हैं. तो जब भी आप क से लेके क, ख, ग, सॉरी, अ, आ, सही, दीर्घई, असौ, दीर्घौ, ए, ऐ, ओ, औ, अंक, अ. ठीक है, जब तक ये साउंड आता है ना तब तक आप एन लगाना. और जब भी क ख के नीचे साउंड आने लगेगा, आपने य लिखा है. यूनिवर्स लिखते समय आपने य लिखा है. क के बाद कोई भी साउंड आएगा, ठीक है, दैट विल बी अ. क्यों मैंने हिंदी का यूज किया है? ऑल्दो इसके 2 तरीके होते हैं बच्चों को एक्सप्लेन करने के, बट मैं हिंदी वाले तरीके से ज्यादा प्रेफर करती हूँ क्योंकि बच्चे जल्दी सीख जाते हैं. बस अब यहाँ के बाद तुम कुछ भी कर लो, एनीथिंग, ठीक है. अब कभी लगा लेना जो भी यूनिवर्स में, क्योंकि तुमने हिंदी में इसको य से लिखा था, जो क के बाद आता है तो आप ए लगा के आएंगे. अंडरस्टूड? अब चलो एम ए, MLA को अगर मैं हिंदी में लिखूं तो कैसे लिखूंगी बाबा बताओ जरा. MLA, एम ऐसे लिखा जाता है हिंदी में, M L A. तो M जो लिख रहे हैं ना आप, A यूज कर रहे हैं स्टार्टिंग में, एंड दिस कम्स विद दिस अ से लेके अह तक. सो इट शुड बी एन MLA. ऑल्दो आपको दिख रहा है कि एम शुड बी कॉन्सोनेंट. ये क्या बात हुई मैम, एम तो कॉन्सोनेंट है, आपने एन लगा दिया. नहीं, साउंड पे यू हैव टू कैच द साउंड. ठीक है, एंड देन डिसाइड. एनी मोर डाउट? वेरी गुड ऋषिकेश. एंड
नो मैम, नो डाउट.
ओके, कंसिडरिंग दैट आपको कोई डाउट नहीं है, यू अंडरस्टूड द क्लास वेल, आई एम वाइंडिंग अप द सेशन. Please make the notes of the class because this is very crucial while revising. And if you won't revise, trust me, you will not get anything retained. कुछ याद नहीं रहता है. पढ़ा पढ़ाया इतना मेहनत सब बेकार हो जाता है. So you have to revise, you have to make notes. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, bye. Take care. God bless. Keep reading.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.